Like, I didn't want to be alone this Christmas, so I'm with my family, and it's so hard. I'm trying to be strong, but it's so hard.
I'm supposed to be divorced today, and I'm not. I filed 6 months and 1 day ago. I just want it to be done. I want my cake, I want my champagne, I want my favorite pizza. I want to celebrate.
And it's like all this stress and anxiety. I'm dealing with that, and also like not having my husband. How different everything is.
Welcome back, family. Today we are going to review this 25-year-old woman who decided to leave her marriage so that she can go back to these streets because she thought that she could do better than her husband. Well, after being ghosted and pumped and dumped on repeat, she comes back crying to the internet for sympathy, as they all do. Let's first start by watching her crying a day before Christmas because she doesn't want to be alone anymore.
Tomorrow's Christmas, and I'm just crying because of how hard it's been. And I feel like I'm trying to prove to myself that I can be strong this year. It's really like painful dealing with the loss of everything and simultaneously dealing with these like family reconnections that like I haven't spent Christmas with my family in 10 years maybe, I don't know. Maybe less. I don't know. And it's like all this stress and anxiety. I'm dealing with that, and also like not having my husband. How different everything is. I just feel like I've been like advocating for myself for the last like 2 days, like standing up for myself, dealing with so many questions and comments, having to retell the story of what happened. So many people asking me if he cheated on me and having to tell them that he did. Like, it's Christmas, I don't want to talk about that. I get that people are curious, but I just feel like I'm just trying to survive through the holidays. But it's so hard talking about all the things that he did. How much pain I went through. Like, I didn't want to be alone this Christmas, so I'm with my family, and it's so hard. I'm trying to do the right thing. Trying to be strong, but it's so hard.
Now, before you even think of feeling sorry for this crying woman, I will show you how she was bragging about divorcing her husband and how she just wanted to celebrate her divorce, so that you guys can see how these modern women invite trauma into their own lives by choice.
I'm supposed to be divorced today, and I'm not. And that sucks. I filed 6 months and 1 day ago, and I thought it was supposed to be 6 months, and which would have been yesterday. And then I read somewhere a couple weeks ago it's 6 months and 1 day, which would make today, and it still says open. And I am upset about it, and that sucks. I got myself an entire cake. I have bottles of champagne waiting for me. I'm about to order my favorite pizza. Like, I just want to celebrate this being complete. And it's not. And I hate so much being in the middle of it. I want it to be done. Like, I feel like this chapter was so far in the past. Like, we separated Valentine's Day of 2022. We're almost in the 10th month of 2023. And it just feels like because it's out of my hands, the timeline on this, it just feels like I'm, stuck in this middle stage of like going through the divorce. I'd rather it be like I went through a divorce, not I'm going through a divorce. Like, this was done so long ago for me, emotionally, mentally, And then I want this to be done on paper and in the government's eyes. And I'm so tired of telling the story. I'm so tired of, explaining to people. I just want it to be done. I want my cake. I want my champagne. I want my favorite pizza. I want to celebrate. And the government's just chilling. There's no reason for it to take long. It's literally the simplest divorce you can get. Fortunately and unfortunately. But I just want this behind me so badly. And it sucks that it's truly not on my time at all.
You can clearly see how these modern women take the commitment of marriage so lightly. They are really convinced that they can just leave a whole marriage and get another man to commit to them for marriage whenever they want. That is one of the biggest lies ever sold to modern women. Before we watch some more tears of regret after this woman get pumped and dumped, we will first watch a clip of her admitting that she missed her ex-husband. And this clip will actually debunk what these women actually call abuse.
Right now I'm having one of those annoying moments that I miss him. And as much as I try and let myself feel those feelings, I do get frustrated with myself because I don't want to miss someone that treated me so badly. I don't want to miss something that was all in my head. And then I think about the hugs and the late night walks and companionship and comfort. It's incredible because I was so unhappy with my life and so unhappy with myself, but yet holding on so deeply to this person, all because of my own traumas and attachments. It's so sad that I chose to be married to someone who ultimately caused me so much pain, and yet I still miss and have love for that person. We had to communicate earlier this week and go through divorce logistics, and the whole time that we have these simple interactions, I'm just thinking you haven't changed your mind, you haven't grown, you haven't thought about this, you haven't admitted things to yourself or wanted to admit things to me. None of that has happened. I'm not worth answers or respectful conversation.
it's hard to balance all the different like feelings that I have towards him. I let myself feel, and I let myself move forward. But some moments really hurt. For sure. They hurt.
Modern women are sold this idea that the man should put them on the pedestal. And every time a man tells a modern woman no, they call it abuse. Because when you hear her talking about how bad her ex-husband was, she actually can't say what he did exactly. She only says that he abused me. But you can see that she remembers clearly the good things her husband was doing for her. The real reason this woman left her marriage is because she thought that she could replace her husband very easily. She overestimated her sexual market value, as most women do. Modern women only realize the mistake they made by leaving their marriages when their plans of pursuing Chad and Tyrone start to spit in their faces. And this next clip will show you just one more example of how this woman got pumped and dumped and then ghosted.
I just got so freaking ghosted, and I'm pissed. How are you not going to respond after everything? Is that the preface to me saying that I got weak and reached back out to that guy? I needed to say my piece since apparently we weren't having any sort of conversation because I was being ghosted. And yeah, I sent that a few days ago. I thought about what I wanted to say, I kept it direct, I kept it simple, I kept it, nothing. Just I wanted to acknowledge that I could have done better in a couple of these things, type of text, No response. And watching every single one of my damn Instagram stories. So obviously I know I don't want someone like that, but it's just bothering me, When you're sitting with it, damn. I know I don't deserve that, but what the hell? Communicate something. We're grown-ass adults. What can you do? What can you do dating in LA? What else do you expect?
Young woman, this is what you get for thinking that you were better than your husband. All you are good for is a quick pump and dump. Now we are going to close with this last crying clip that demonstrate how this woman refuses to take accountability for her own actions, but decides to shift all the blame to everything else and everybody else than herself.
I had to go through that. I understand that the pain and the story was necessary for me to be where I am now. I understand that. I understand that all of the incredible things that I did this year wouldn't have happened if it weren't for that pain. But I equally hold so much in that I had to even go through that. The pain that it was, and the abandonment and the confusion and just the hurt. That's so hard to acknowledge that all of that was necessary because I didn't deserve it. She didn't deserve that. To be used and manipulated and gaslighted and abused. I didn't deserve it. And now I just have to live every single day proving to that version of myself that it's okay and that it was worth it and that there was a greater purpose and lesson. It's my story. I see that. I know that. But it was so messed up. I loved him so purely and so deeply. And that was my mistake. It's my mistake. I know better now.
It's amazing to see how much modern women avoid to take any accountability for their own actions. In their minds, they are always the victim. This woman chose to get married, then decided by her own will to file for divorce so that she can go chase after Chad and Tyrone. Then, after getting pumped and dumped on repeat, she comes to the conclusion that she didn't deserve all the trauma she went through. You just can't make this shit up. Young lady, you wanted to be independent and free. Well, you got exactly what you wanted. With great power comes great responsibilities. Guys, these types of women are now all over. All they do is act on their emotions with absolutely no accountability. Fellas, always make sure that you vet these women intensively before committing to them. And above all, don't forget to keep your head up, focus on your goals, and everything else will follow. I love you and I appreciate you for all your support. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and share to help push this content to more men in need. I'm out. Peace.